Death of music discovery. This one's going to be good. Trust me. Once Napster disrupted the feudal music system with shared music. Did you not read the question?
Yeah, I read the question, but it's funny.
Do you know
to
what
hear
Napster is? Do you know what?
Yes,
Napster
I was around when Napster was a
Okay, just
thing.
checking. Streaming services like Spotify brought back some of the control to the music kings, right? The evil labels and all that fun stuff. Now, half of all music industry revenues are generated by streaming services like Spotify and Pandora. But at what cost? Are we losing our souls? How do you discover new music, and what is your preferred streaming service to do so? And we're going to start over here with Fidel Castro's adopted son.
Yeah, I mean, he must be a righty, so it must be easy to go right. I think this is actually a very interesting question. I'd like to point out that you forgot to mention Apple Music on streaming services.
Purposefully, I'm sure.
Hey, you were pimping it on an earlier episode, so it's totally fine.
It's a great service, tremendous service.
Do you pay for it?
Yes, I do.
How much?
No, that's not what the question is.
I'm asking you the question.
Probably the same as Spotify. I think it's like a family plan, maybe $12.99 a month.
You're sucked into the hardware version of Amazon. But continue.
So, to answer the question, I think, whoever says they can't discover new music in this day and age is basically only listening to Eric and Chatty in the morning, 101.9 here in the morning, and getting the same 20 Taylor Swift songs, and who's that guy, Ed Sheeran, whatever his name is.
Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, Ed Sheeran, yeah.
Ed Sheeran?
Yeah, I don't know, terrible music. So you're getting the same playlist over and over that the overlords at iHeartRadio, a.k.a. Clear Channel, has decided that that's what you need to listen. There's plenty ways to discover new music. TV shows have become a medium for bands, licensing, commercials, and you may say, well, that's kind of selling out. Hey, people, if I said in other episodes, nostalgia pays for the mistakes of the past. Maybe these bands can actually make some bank now, so they don't have to be selling out Wrigley Field in 20 years to play the same songs over and over again. But
that's a personal choice.
I think there's plenty of ways to discover new music. I think with social media, friends become a great way to discover new music. I've gotten plenty of recommendations from people and new bands. So Far Sound, a great service out there, small concerts. So, as our Russian friend, he believes live music equals success. You see these bands kind of when they're starting out, playing a set maybe like this, and hopefully you follow them, and this you can use musical acts by association to discover music.
You forgot, by the way, to say that you yourself are a great way of discovering new music. You should have owned that.
Nah, hey, I discover music for myself. Whatever you want to listen to, if I recommend it, hey, I'll take it as a compliment.
Yes. My streaming solution of choice is Spotify. I prefer it to Pandora. I like more control. Pandora takes the control from you. It is much the same. I mean, it was aptly named because of the chaos of Pandora's box. That's what you're getting with Pandora streaming service is chaos.
That's
true. When you say people who say they don't discover new music are lying, or they're listening to Eric and Kathy in the morning.
Eric and Chatty.
No, I chose not to believe her.
Okay.
But I don't discover new music because I am an 80-year-old man in a 30-year-old's body. And I like what I like, and I listen to what I like.
That's a great point.
However, the reason I like Spotify, too, is because they do a really good job of creating playlists so that you can get into genres. And if you're feeling something interesting, and they make it very simple for you to add and create your own playlists. So that's what I've done.
Yeah, so what I want to say about these services, that one of the great things, you kind of hinted on it about not discovering new music, not all music you discover has to be new. You can discover old music. And now that these streaming services are giving you a buffet of music, and it's all you can pick, there's no more, you don't need to own things. It's all out there. You can type the boss, and you're going to listen to it. You can discover a wider range of music. So I think streaming services are a plus on that.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with that.
But how much do you discover on your streaming services?
I discover a lot. I listen to a lot of new music.
How does that work?
I don't want to humble brag.
Okay, please don't.
Well, what do you mean? How does what work?
How do you discover music when you're picking the same crappy
No,
YouTube songs that
no,
you
I
like
think-
and the boss, and you put all that stuff in
Yeah.
there?
So
Do they
these-
intersperse like ads in there?
No, so I
Do
don't
bands
want.
pay to get discovered by you?
Great question. I don't want to trap myself here, but this kind of hints at something that Mr. Garcia talked about in the first segment, where you have to give something, right? You're giving away a little bit of rights, privacy rights. The music services kind of know you, and they're like, hell, people that listen to U2, Jimmy Buffett, and the Grateful Dead
Probably
might
shouldn't be
fish.
listening to music anymore.
Probably should blow that up. but here's some fish for you. Here's some other jam band.
Sure.
So these they figured it out. So I think you have to give up a little privacy. Let these things know who you are, your soul, and music, and you discover new things. I mean, I think Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon Prime. I don't know anything about Pandora, but they have great services where every Friday, New Music Friday, there's playlists that get refreshed automatically. New music and
Throwback Thursdays.
Yeah,
they
so
show you old songs.
yeah, so they have playlists.
From your era.
Yeah, they have playlists set up that automatically refresh. So you can just subscribe once and get new music already delivered to you.
Yeah. Quality. It's Spotify's tradition, not Apple Music or whatever.
Yeah, and I think TV shows are a good way. There's 13 Reasons Whys.
I only watch NCIS, so I don't.
Yeah, I don't think that has much.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's get down to the
Yeah.
bare brass tacks here and the bare bones. So you basically said that your what did you say? Spotify is your or
Buy
Apple
Spotify.
Music.
Apple Music.
Apple Music is how you discover
Yeah.
new music. Okay, that's bullshit.
Spotify is
And
how I
Spotify's
discovered
for you. So you dissed the greatest music discovery service out there, where you don't, by the way, have to give up your privacy.
Okay.
It's called the radio.
Pins and needles. Yeah.
It's
Well.
called the radio.
Okay.
El Radio Loco. You can change the channel and see all kinds of stuff. Yeah, they might have the same stuff going every hour on the hour, but that's why you flip around throughout the day while you're sitting at your desk listening to music, ignoring people who want to have a meeting. And that way you get exposed to people who aren't just looking for the same stuff that you like through some algorithm, some big data cloud hosted thing, but they basically take a chance on new artists that might not be the same thing that you like.
I'm going to disagree with you that I think the radio. Yes, the radio is one way to discover music.
It's the best way.
But I'm going to disagree with you. These playlists are marketed. They're regional. You're basically somebody's making a decision. Oh, the people of Chicago are going to like this music.
So
and you hoping that you like it.
So do you think that that's a problem more than some computer algorithm that looked at the musical score and the different notes that are played and said, this is the same crap. I just computer generated this for Charlie Ferreira.
I think the problem with radio is that very few companies control everything from top to bottom. You have a company like Clear Channel or iHeartRadio that basically own radio stations across the U.S. And I think there was some Telecommunications Act during the Clinton administration that allowed this to happen. And these companies are basically now controlling from east to west what you listen to. So it's all produced somewhere, out of tune, uploaded, and the people of Wisconsin are going to listen to this. The people of Illinois are going to listen
But
to
Charlie,
this.
how is that worse than Apple
I think I'm
stinking
getting,
music?
I'm getting more choice.
Steve
Getting more
Jobs.
choice. Steve Jobs from the grave, from above, like a Jedi ghost, is telling me, hey, here's some great music for you. Listen to it.
Pretty soon he'll be visited by Bruce Springsteen and they can play music together.
Yeah,
Wow, pretty soon. Oh dear.
Yeah,
That's-
wow.
I mean, if you're wow, that is a prediction if I've ever heard one.
Just saying. He's politically motivated. All right, so good discussion. What's the last band that you discovered, not through a friend, where you paid real hard-earned U.S. dollar money for their record, for a concert, or for a digital song? So you can't have just, say, I paid for Apple Music because I'm a blind...
No, I understand the question.
I'm a lemming and I just throw my money at
the
Steve
band
Jobs.
got my dollars. My
Yeah.
free market dollars went to that band.
What's the last one? And do you want me to start over here, or do you want to take this first?
I'll start it because
Okay.
I know distinctly the last time I ever bought a record, and it wasn't a record; it was a CD.
It doesn't have to be a CD. It
Yeah,
could be a
didn't
concert,
Yep.
T-shirt,
A
swag.
digital song.
Yeah.
Sure.
But you had to have discovered it.
Fan
where,
club.
it wasn't like your friend that told you about it. It's something you actually discovered.
Oh, that I discovered by myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, using the discovery topic we just
The
discussed.
overlords.
So maybe we'll start with
Please do, because honestly,
Fidel over here?
I can't think of one.
Wow.
Okay, wow. So you shouldn't be answering questions about musical discovery then.
Yeah. I question
Okay.
your membership in the HiFi Critics.
No. I discovered new music. I just don't pay for it.
Ah,
Oh.
now we're getting somewhere.
Millennials.
Yep.
I think I can specifically tell you the last band that got my free market dollars, the Dirty Projectors. A band from Brooklyn, New York. They've had quite a history of members and different styles. I kind of like how they evolve from album to album. I've paid for their concerts. I have bought their vinyl, and I'm going to, with my free market dollars, I'm going to see them at Pitchfork Live again tomorrow.
So how did you discover them?
One of the overlords told me, "Hey, you like Bob Mould? You like this? Check
Which
this
overlord?
band out." Apple Music.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Apple Music overlord. And as I was saying about discovering music, they were in a soundtrack of one of these TV shows that I watch.
So they'd already made it.
No, they're far from making it. Trust me. I don't know. I mean,
they're playing Pitchfork. I feel like that's making it. For
oh
some
no!
people.
I mean, when I discovered the music, they were riding around in a van.
Oh,
Yeah,
when
so-
you discovered them,
Yeah.
they were
When they-
undiscoverable.
No, when they came into my existence, they were very small and independent.
Would you say that you had come into their existence instead because they existed as a band?
That's an existential question we can answer in the next episode.
All right. Mark it down,
Or
Eagles.
future episode.
All right. Since as we know, I regularly listen to the greatest musical discovery system ever invented, i.e. the radio. It's for free. But I discovered...
Nothing's for free.
Well, define free. I discovered a band called the Strumbellas, who you didn't even know about when you came in my office. And you're like, what is this? And I'd heard it 20 times in the last week because it was on the same channel.
There you go. Broken radio.
So I bought the album.
Yeah.
I listened to it regularly, and I'm actually going to go see them at somewhere on the south side.
Oh.
Is that Thalia Hall or something?
Oh, yeah, Tally Hall. Great place.
it?
Great venue.
Yeah.
Let me know when. We should all go a road
And by
trip.
the way, in a pure coincidence, they're also Canadian.
Wow.